Sister Lebohang Motaung, in partnership with the Azeal Langa Foundation, presents the Threads of Our Stories exhibition. Now, this exhibition focuses on hair and fashion and explores what it means to be a woman in modern-day Africa today and the idea of democracy in Africa. Motaung also hosts talks and workshops at the exhibition. She joins us now to tell us more. A very good morning to you. Thank you so much for your time. Welcome to Newzroom Afrika. I mean, this exhibition talks to so many different themes, the layers upon layers of talking about hair, its intricacies and the representation. Tell us about this exhibition. Hi, Lebo. Can you hear us?
Oh, I can hear you now.
Yeah.
Sorry, I couldn't hear you before.
Okay, no, I just wanted to get a sense about the exhibition, what it's about and what it entails.
Oh, the exhibition, hi. Firstly, thank you for having me here. The exhibition that I have right now, it's an exhibition that came after a residency that I was doing with the Azeal Langa Foundation. So what happened was that they took me to Cape Town to do a residency where I was able to create artworks. So the point of the residency was for me to just be there and create new artworks, experiment, like come up with new styles and stuff like that. So the exhibition is works that were done during the residency. So it's a pop-up exhibition. So most of the artworks that I did there were artworks that I did as part of the residency.
A pop-up exhibition with many interlocking themes. What are the very strong messages that come with the pieces that are being showcased and the story it tells about African women and society in general?
Oh yeah, so most of my artworks, the theme that I use is hair. It's African hair and African beauty. So as a person who used to be a hairstylist, I used to be a hairstylist for a long time before I became a fine artist. So yeah, growing up, I was plaiting people. I was plaiting people for a very young age, from when I was 10 years old. And then at some point, it became like a tool for making money. Like I was plaiting people for money. And then during that process, I became fascinated with hair. I started to research more about hair. And I started to see hairstyling and hair braiding as an art form of its own. So when I was studying fine arts, that's when I decided that I was gonna take this art form, this hairstyling that I've been seeing as an art form, and then I'm gonna put it into my art, and I'm gonna put it into the galleries. So because I saw myself as an artist, even though I was doing art like studying art, I was also doing art when I was doing people's hair. So that's how I always seen it. I've always seen hairstyling as an art form. And most of my work, it celebrates the beauty, it celebrates the aesthetics, and it celebrates the fact that the way you wear your hair as a person, it can be a form of self-expression. So most of the theme in my work is self-expression and celebrating the beauty of hairstyling. And as you can see also, you can also see in my work, the medium that I choose to use. I use actual hair in my work just to celebrate the medium itself, also the hair, what it means to us as African women. I've always been inspired by the people that I plait. Like I say, I started plaiting people when I was like in grade 8. So ever since then, I'm very inspired by people that I've been braiding. I always like to talk about hair, so yeah.
Yeah. What does it symbolize? What does hair symbolize, especially looking at some of the narratives around black hair in South Africa, the controversies that have come with it, the racial tensions that have emerged because of hair? A lot of people saying it's not just hair, it's a statement of identity.
Yeah, I think in my work, it's mostly to celebrate like I said, the beauty of it. So I believe that, especially for me, my hair is the one part of my body that allows me to be creative. I can change it however I want. I can style it. I can make it into sculptures, So I believe that your hair, it plays a very important role in like how you define yourself. your self identity and stuff like that. And the other thing is, I remember when I was in high school, we were not allowed to, like, we were always told, like, this certain hairstyle is available, this one you can do, this one you can't do. So in my way, I'm trying to celebrate that as a person, you have the right to express yourself however you want. I've heard stories from other people who would tell me that, like, oh, I'm not allowed to wear this, like, hairstyle to work, to school, to wherever. So for me, I never really understood that part of it. So I just want to show that I believe that as people, we have the right to express ourselves the way we want to. Because if you think about it, as a person, you feel more comfortable, you feel more confident, you feel more, like, you feel more confident to do a lot of things if you feel good about how you look. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Not everything, but they play a very important role. If somebody is going to tell you that, no, this is how I want you to look, obviously you're not going to feel confident. You're not going to be yourself because you were not allowed to be yourself. That's why in my work,
Yeah.
sometimes you find these exaggerated hairstyles because I'm like, whatever it is, as long as it makes you feel good, as long as it makes you feel confident and comfortable, then I feel like as people, we just need to be allowed to make our own choices, and we need to stop looking into the West, looking into usbanban wenzani, as long as you feel
So
good about yourself.
Lebohang, looking into the West, I see that a lot of the hairpiece you use is more kinky African sort of hair, as opposed to straight weaves that could represent relaxed chemically processed hair. Is that something deliberate on your end to make sure that the hair, is more of an Afrocentric kind of look?
I think for me, like I said, I grew up as a hairstylist, right? And most of the hairstyles that you see in my work is the hairstyles that I actually do on actual people. So the choices of the hairstyles that you see, because most of my process, what I do is I would plait people, right? And then I take pictures of them, and those pictures act as my reference and my inspiration. So the choices of the hairstyles, it's just part of my daily life. The hair that I use is the hair that I've always used as a hairstylist. It's the hair that I always use on myself. So it's not really deliberate. It's just part of my daily life, I guess.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
And also, the sort of reaction that you've received from people who walk into this exhibition and really look at how hair can be so diverse. What sort of reaction have you got there?
For me, the reaction has been very good. I think people get the work. What I can tell you is that as an artist, when I started making this works with hair, it was so difficult for me because I was very worried about how people are gonna react to it. And in the beginning, I felt a lot of people were not ready to receive the work. So it had to take me a while. I had to get people used to this kind of artworks. Yeah, and so far, honestly, people do resonate with the work. And I like when my work speaks for itself.
Yeah.
I know I have to speak most of the time, but I've found that most of the time it speaks for itself. Somebody just comes into the work and then it just says something to them without me even explaining it. But yeah, so far, the reaction that I've been getting from people has been so great. And I feel like they do understand the message that I'm trying to convey to them.
Absolutely incredible. Thank you so much for talking to us about this